Just a quick one here, folks. I recently watched an interview from the Trinity Broadcasting Network of the author of A Field Trip to Hell, Kevin Benton. The level of conversation in the interview can be summed up in one sentence about 30 seconds into this video. When Mr. Benton states, quote, "I believe that there's no such thing as an atheist because in order to reject something, it has to first exist." Now, let's follow this logic. If I were to say dragons, leprechauns, unicorns, and fairies exist, by Mr. Benton's logic, dragons, unicorns, leprechauns, and fairies would necessarily have to exist in order for someone not to believe that they don't exist. I pointed this out, presumably, to Mr. Benton. He presumably responded to me. And this is what he said, quote, "Thanks for your comment, and it's very appreciated, but you're smart enough to know that there are no physical evidences of dragons, leprechauns, and unicorns, but there is physical evidence of a god, or as some may put it, a supreme being. One of the biggest aspects that atheists and evolutionists, for that matter, have a problem explaining is a creator's intelligent design. You can look at the attributes of creation and know there is a God, but you don't have to accept it." Now, I'm not going to launch into a dissertation-length video on the folly of attempting to say that intelligent design is a valid idea in any way, shape, or form. And mainly because it's really not the substance of what I was pointing out with the statement from Mr. Benton. So let's start over and try to avoid evidence altogether, shall we? I believe that there's no such thing as an atheist because in order to reject something, it has to first exist. I don't really have to bring in dragons and fairies to show the flaw of that statement, being that it's self-contradictory to begin with. By Mr. Benton's logic, an atheist wouldn't necessarily have to exist for him to be able to reject or to believe that atheists don't exist, which would by definition make Mr. Benton's belief that atheists don't exist null and void. Yeah. Anyway, he's going to be on the Blog Talk Radio show God Discussion tomorrow, talking about his book this Thursday, January the 20th, 2011, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you'll join us there as we vicariously experience hell through the mind and words of this former professional basketball player turned minister, Kevin Benton.
I love these shows.